Welcome to another classical music goosebump video where I discuss the classical music that has given me physical tingles. Check out my first goosebump video for the instrumental version. This time I'm revealing 5 vocal works, 5 classical vocal tracks that has caused me to produce excess adrenaline that has tightened my skin and created those goosebumps. I am constantly amazed at the physical effect music has on our physical bodies, often without us even realising it. In this case, making us secrete hormones. Sounds icky, I know, but biologically very impressive. Goosebumps are usually caused for personal, individual reasons. A particular piece of music at a particular time in a particular place means something to you. But I've tried to select 5 vocal movements with musical reasons why they work. Having said which, there is a personal theme tying all these tracks together, which I shall reveal at the end of the video. But since it's personal to me, it almost certainly won't be much to you, which is pretty useless as a hook. Anyway, where were we? Music that gives me goosebumps. Take us away, Mozart. Oh, that was good. Do it again. There's obviously a lot of other Mozart goose-tingly opera I could have picked. The Queen of the Night used to give me the shivers. That beautiful goodbye song from Cosi fan tutte. Alla Martin from Seraglio. But the reason I chose this bit, well, there's a few reasons. There's a clever reason why this is good, because it's dripping with sarcasm, however sweet it sounds. This is close to a full-on catfight between 2 women exchanging what you might describe as hand grenade-shaped compliments. There's nothing like being clever for giving you an extra frisson. French word. See what I did then? This was the first bit of opera that ever made any part of me tingle. And part of the reason was it was just not what I was expecting. You see, I'd assumed that opera was more to do with things like knights and potions. Well, when I say knights, you know what I mean. So, there's clever irony at work here, inside the music itself. But there's also more simple musical reasons this works so well. Harmonic reasons. And that's the beauty of the third. A harmony so good, they named it perfect. And at the risk of sounding sexist, when 2 women sing in thirds, it really sounds lovely. Think the famous flower duet from Deleuze's opera L'Acmé. It works for the same reasons. So, we have beautiful melodies in thirds, plus layers of irony. Great stuff for goosebumps. Basically, beautiful singing is a sure way to get goosebumps, and beautiful singing in Italian is bel canto, which is a whole genre full of stuff that will give you goosebumps. Ooh, talking of which... There's quite a few bits of Verdi I could have selected here, but this one's got quite a few reasons it's so good. The melody is absolutely gorgeous. But this is one of Verdi's great, large, expansive arias, and after this it just builds into a rousing climax. So we have Beautiful melodies, rising climactic melodies, and intense melodies. Did I mention melody? Next choice, staying on bel canto but proving you don't have to be harmonious to be harmonious. The writer, Victor Hugo, after seeing Verdi's opera Rigoletto, which was an adaptation of his own play, said yes, it was very good, but it wasn't fair. As a playwright, Victor Hugo wasn't allowed to have his characters talking at the same time, which is fine with opera. In fact, it usually makes it better. It's easy to forget now just how large a figure Rossini was, and I don't just mean he was portly, although he did enjoy his food. But anyway, when Rossini came to Vienna in 1822, not Schubert and not even Beethoven was the biggest name in town. Rossini was a sensation, with his operas full of layered invention, underlaid always with the very best tunes. And Cenerentola, or Cinderella, really is one of his very best. So, check this time. Cenerentola, we have a climax, indeed a finale to Act 2. We have multiple, even contrasting vocal lines, all underlaid with the best tunes. There's a lot more opera moments I could pick here, but we need to mention church music because, bless me, church music is full of goosebump moments. So, let's have some Bach. There's a number of reasons this works so well. For starters, Bach is making you feel like you're coming into direct contact with the divine. Then there's the way the vocal lines blend over each other. Beautiful. But there's also a harmonic reason this works so well. Bach is employing that harmonic trick known as the circle of fifths, as discussed in my video on that subject. Which means we have interlocking voices, beautiful harmonic progressions, and being touched by the divine. Okay, so we can use Bach to cover an entire genre of church music. Let's go back to opera for one last final bite. And one of the greatest climaxes in opera. In fact, one of the greatest climaxes in all music history. And I mean climax at the risk of YouTube demonetization. Here's Wagner. Been a 4-hour opera, and Wagner has held the tension for those 4 hours where everything musically feels suspended or diminished or incomplete. It's really the theme of the whole opera, something waiting for completeness, and that moment comes here, right at the very end of the opera. And it's expressed in the music as only Wagner can do it, with the orchestra throbbing away and the most satisfying, restful key change. So when we finally land on that major chord, it's like a spiritual revelation. Oh, and those throbbing violins, they also help. So we're talking so many ticks here. Climax of all climaxes, soaring melody, gorgeous key change, throbbing violins, plus many more. Ladies and gentlemen, the climax to Tristan and Isolde. That's it. Please do let me know your own suggestions in the comments section, and I'd love to know your reasons why you have your choices as well if you have reasons. Okay, that's it. Please like and subscribe. Thanks.